the alien fleet's first battle with a human warship. Instant regret followed. They were confident. Intelligence reports told them there was only one human warship in the area. The aliens had fought humans before in small skirmishes and had always won easily. This time, they expected the same. On board the human ship, the crew went about their tasks quietly. Captain John Carter stood on the bridge, looking out at the endless black of space. His uniform was neat and his face calm. He did not speak much, but when he did, the crew listened. First Officer Lisa Moore was beside him, checking the sensors. She frowned at the readings. The alien fleet was huge, far larger than anything they had faced before. "They are moving fast," Lisa said. Her voice was calm, but there was a hint of concern. "They have 3 times the firepower we can handle," John nodded slightly. "We have survived worse. Stay ready." Around them, the crew worked in silence. Engineer Ben Taylor checked the power systems, making sure energy flowed to shields and weapons. Tactical Officer Amy Ross studied the alien fleet's formation. They were arranged in a wedge, moving toward the human ship as if they were herding it. Ben noticed some irregularities in their patterns. The aliens were confident, but their computers were trying to correct for human unpredictability. "Captain," Amy said, "their sensors are scanning aggressively. They think they know our positions, but our movements are too irregular for them to lock on." John nodded. "Good. Keep it that way. Let them think they have the advantage. We will strike when it counts." The alien fleet commander, a tall figure with pale blue skin and elongated limbs, watched the human ship through a large viewing screen. He had expected to see fear, to see humans cowering or sending messages of surrender. Instead, the human ship moved calmly, almost lazily, weaving slightly as if dancing among the stars. The commander frowned. He had never seen this before. Humans were unpredictable, but this calm was unusual. He ordered his subcommanders to tighten their formation and prepare weapons. "Target the human ship," he said in a cold voice. "Destroy it before it can cause any trouble. Our sensors show it is alone. It will be easy." Back on the human ship, John walked along the bridge, observing his crew. He did not rush. He knew that panic was the enemy of efficiency. He stopped by Ben at the engineering console. "How are the shields?" he asked. "Stable," Ben replied. "I've rerouted auxiliary power." "We can absorb more hits than they expect, but it won't last forever." John nodded. "We will not let it last forever. We will move before they know what hit them." On the other side of the stars, the alien fleet prepared to open fire. Long-range plasma cannons glowed red as they powered up. The alien commander smiled, imagining the destruction they would cause. His officers exchanged glances, all eager to prove their superiority. They had trained for this moment, and they believed victory was certain. The human crew, however, had another plan. They had studied alien tactics, knowing that the first few moments of engagement were crucial. Captain John Carter did not trust numbers alone. He trusted his crew, their training, and the systems he had helped design. "Prepare weapons," John said quietly, "but do not fire until I give the order." "Yes, sir," Amy replied. Her hands moved over the console, aligning targeting arrays and checking firing solutions. She was tense, but her focus was absolute. Outside, the alien ships began to shift, adjusting their weapons toward the human ship. They had opened a channel for communication, expecting the human captain to surrender. John allowed the message to come through. A single line appeared on the screen: "Surrender or be destroyed." John read the message and smiled faintly. He typed back, "We do not surrender." The alien commander's eyes narrowed. This was unusual. They were used to humans begging for mercy. Not one human ship had ever refused direct orders from the fleet. He turned to his officers. "They are arrogant," he said. "Destroy them." With that, the first shots were fired. Plasma beams streaked across the void, glowing bright red against the darkness. The human ship shuddered as energy shields absorbed the hits. Alarms sounded and crew members held their positions firmly. Lisa Moore monitored the shield's status, reporting minor damage but nothing critical. "We are holding," she said. "Good," John said. "Keep it steady." "Wait for my mark." The alien fleet was confident. They saw small flashes on the human ship and assumed the humans were panicking. They increased the firepower, focusing multiple beams on a single section of the hull. The human shields glowed brighter, bending and redirecting the energy. Ben Taylor adjusted the energy flow, directing more power to the areas under attack. Sparks flew across the engineering console, but everything remained functional. "They don't know what they are doing," one alien officer said. "Their ship is old. It cannot survive much longer." "They will break soon," the commander said. "Then we will take their ship intact for study." But the human ship moved in ways that confused the aliens. It weaved left and right, dipping slightly, then rising unexpectedly. The alien targeting computers tried to follow, but the human maneuvers were too irregular. Each time a plasma beam approached, the human ship shifted just enough to avoid the worst damage. "Their movement is unpredictable," Amy said quietly. "Our shields are taking less damage than expected." John nodded. "Good. Now prepare to counterattack. Hold until I give the signal." On the alien side, the commander grew frustrated. The humans were surviving hits that should have destroyed them. His confidence began to falter. He ordered closer formation, thinking numbers would overcome skill. The human ship did not panic. It stayed calm, maintaining speed and avoiding collisions with debris. Kate Hill, the navigator, guided the ship with steady hands, her eyes scanning displays for any sign of incoming danger. The tension on the human ship was high, but the crew trusted their training. Every command was precise, every maneuver calculated. They were small in number but skilled in ways the aliens did not understand. "We are ready," John said. "Fire on my mark." The crew waited, hands on controls, eyes fixed on their stations. The alien fleet continued to press forward, certain of victory. They did not see the traps being set, the weak points they had ignored in their confidence. "Mark," John said. Suddenly, the human ship moved with incredible speed. Rail cannons fired, hitting the alien ships in weak spots, tearing through shields and hulls. The aliens were shocked. This was not what they expected. Their sensors could not adjust fast enough, and ships began to take heavy damage. Alarms blared across their command bridges as explosions rocked their formations. "What is happening?" the alien commander shouted. "How can one ship do this?" On the human ship, the crew remained calm. They had expected this reaction. Their planning had considered every possible move. Lisa Moore monitored the progress, calling out each hit and each effect on the enemy ships. Amy Ross continued to direct fire with precision. Ben Taylor kept the engines and shields at peak efficiency. Kate Hill navigated through debris with smooth, confident movements. The alien fleet commander realized something terrible. The humans were not just surviving, they were dominating. Their previous assumptions about human weakness were completely wrong. He had underestimated them, and it was already costing him ships. "Fall back," he shouted, but his orders were too late. The human ship had already destroyed several vessels and crippled others. The remaining aliens struggled to retreat while keeping their fleet in one piece. Confusion and panic spread. John watched the enemy fleet carefully. He knew they would regroup eventually, but for now the humans had shown their strength. He allowed a small smile to cross his face. The crew had performed perfectly, showing skill, courage, and calm under pressure. The stars outside seemed peaceful again, but the echoes of the battle would travel far. Somewhere in the galaxy, alien leaders would learn a lesson the hard way: never underestimate humans. The calm before the storm had ended, and humans had already changed the outcome. John turned to his crew. "Well done," he said simply. No celebration, no prideful speech, just acknowledgement of their skill and teamwork. The crew smiled quietly, proud but not boastful. They knew the battle was only the beginning and that greater challenges lay ahead. The alien fleet was retreating, but their first encounter with the human warship would be remembered. The arrogance of their species had met human determination, and for the first time, they truly understood the danger. Humans were not just survivors, they were warriors in ways the galaxy had never seen before. And so, the first battle ended, leaving a message in the stars. Do not underestimate humanity. The human ship sailed onward, ready for whatever came next, and the galaxy began to whisper of the strange, unstoppable force that humans had become. The alien fleet was reeling from the unexpected attack. Their ships floated in broken formation, some burning, some listing to one side. Inside the command ship, the alien commander slammed a clawed hand onto the control panel. His officers were shouting, their voices sharp and panicked. This was not what they had expected. "How can one human ship do this?" the commander growled. "They should have fallen long ago. Our firepower is stronger. We have numbers on our side." An officer with gray skin and tentacle-like arms turned to him. "Their weapons are strange. They hit weak points in our shields. Our targeting systems cannot track them correctly. We are losing control." "Then adjust the systems," the commander barked. "We cannot lose our pride to one human ship." Far away, the human ship glided through the stars like a shadow. It had taken minor hits but nothing critical. The crew worked quietly, efficiently, and without fear. Captain John Carter stood at the center of the bridge, observing the sensors. He was calm, but his mind worked quickly. "We need to keep them off balance," he said. "They will regroup, but they will make mistakes if we force them." First Officer Lisa Moore nodded. "Our weapons are ready. Shields are stable. They cannot anticipate our maneuvers." Engineer Ben Taylor adjusted power to the engines. "We can make quick jumps in any direction." "It will confuse them more." "Good," John said. "Amy, line up the next strike. Kate, prepare navigation for evasive moves. Timing is everything." The human ship moved in unexpected patterns, weaving left, then right, dipping slightly and rising again. Alien targeting systems failed to lock on accurately. A few plasma beams grazed the hull, causing sparks, but the main shields absorbed most of the impact. "They are firing blindly," Amy said. "Their focus is broken. We can take advantage." John nodded. "Fire when ready." Hit their weak spots. On the alien side, the commander realized the humans were not just dodging, they were attacking strategically. Alien ships were being disabled, some exploding in brilliant flashes of light. Panic spread among the fleet. Officers argued about tactics. Some wanted to retreat, others wanted to press the attack. "We cannot retreat," the commander shouted. "The humans must die here. They must not show the galaxy that they can defeat us." The aliens refocused, trying to regain formation. They fired in waves, hoping sheer numbers would overwhelm the human ship. But John had already predicted this. He gave calm, precise orders, moving the ship in ways that led the enemy into traps. "Divert shields to the right," John said. "Prepare close-range cannons. Aim for weak spots on the lead ships." Amy moved quickly, adjusting targeting systems. Rail cannons powered up and fired with exact timing. Alien ships that had thought themselves safe were suddenly hit in unprotected sections. Explosions rippled across the fleet. Debris floated through space, and smaller ships were torn apart by concentrated fire. Inside the human ship, the crew remained composed. Ben monitored engines and shields, adjusting constantly. Lisa kept an eye on the enemy, calling out movements. Kate navigated debris and enemy fire with calm precision. Even the younger crew members followed orders without hesitation. "Good work, everyone," John said. "Do not stop. Keep pressure on them." The alien fleet commander's face turned pale. More ships were being lost. He did not understand why his powerful fleet was being destroyed by one human ship. His pride made it impossible to retreat fully. He ordered a coordinated strike against the human vessel, using all remaining ships. The human ship anticipated this. John had calculated every possible move, every pattern the aliens might attempt. The ship twisted and moved unpredictably, dodging plasma beams while closing the distance to the enemy. The aliens tried to adjust, but it was too late. Their sensors could not keep up. "Target their engines," the alien commander shouted. "Disable them. If they cannot move, we can finish them." Amy fired with precision. Rail cannon beams struck the lead alien ships before they could reach the human vessel. Explosions tore them apart. The fleet began to break. Some smaller alien ships tried to flee, but the human ship intercepted them, using speed and power to disable them before they could escape. "They are falling apart," Lisa said. "The fleet is collapsing. They cannot regroup." John nodded. "Keep moving. Do not let them recover. Finish this phase." The aliens realized their first battle with a human ship was not just lost, they were humiliated. Pride and arrogance turned to fear and confusion. They had underestimated humans once, and it was costing them heavily. Officers argued over who was at fault, but the commander refused to admit mistakes. "We underestimated them," one officer said. "We cannot continue like this. They are too fast, too clever." "We will not retreat," the commander shouted. "We fight until the last ship or until we crush the human." But the human ship was relentless. It did not chase for glory. It moved strategically, taking advantage of the aliens' mistakes. One by one, alien ships were disabled or destroyed. Sparks and fire floated in space as the battle progressed. "Captain, we have incoming small fighters," Amy said. "They are trying to flank us." John nodded. "Prepare interceptors. We will not be surprised. Deploy them on my mark." Interceptors launched, small but fast craft designed for precision strikes. They tore through the alien fighters before they could reach the human ship. The aliens did not expect humans to have such small, quick, and effective ships. Fear began to spread among their crews. "Why are they so efficient?" an alien officer cried. "They are only one ship. We have more than 10 times their number." "We fight differently," John said quietly to his crew. "Focus. Precision beats numbers." The alien fleet tried to regroup, forming a defensive line. They had lost several ships, and some officers were killed or injured. Panic spread as communication lines jammed under human electronic attacks. The aliens were not used to this style of warfare. "They are interfering with our sensors," the commander said. "We cannot see their movements. We cannot predict them. They are ghosts." John gave his orders calmly. "Maneuver through their line. Focus fire on the remaining strong ships. Avoid the debris." The human ship moved like a shadow, passing through the broken formation of alien ships. Rail cannons struck again and again. Explosions shook the enemy line. Sparks of metal and fire drifted in the vacuum of space, glittering in the starlight. "We are losing more ships," an alien officer said. "We cannot recover from this. The human is unstoppable." "Then we retreat," another said. "We cannot win this fight." The commander refused at first, but the damage was too great. Retreat became the only option. The alien ships pulled back, trying to escape the relentless human attack. The humans did not pursue aggressively. They let the aliens flee, knowing that the damage done was permanent. "They will not forget this," John said, "and neither will the galaxy." The human crew cheered quietly but not loudly. They were proud but disciplined. Every crew member had done their duty perfectly. Ben checked systems again, confirming engines and shields were fully operational. Lisa monitored sensors to ensure no hidden threats remained. Amy prepared weapons for any surprises, and Kate guided the ship safely through debris and wreckage. "They will regroup," John said, "and when they do, we must be ready." This was only the first encounter. The stars around them were calm again, but the human crew knew better. Space was dangerous, and enemies would not forget this battle. They had sent a clear message: humans fight differently. Humans fight smart, and humans were not afraid. Far away, alien commanders sent messages back to their home worlds: reporting the humiliating defeat. Pride and arrogance turned to fear and anger. The humans had shown the galaxy that even a single warship could defeat a powerful fleet if used wisely. The first battle had ended, but the story of human skill and courage was just beginning. John stood on the bridge looking out at the stars. He did not smile or celebrate. He only watched, calm and focused. His crew worked around him, efficient and quiet. They had proven themselves today, but the war was far from over. The galaxy had learned a lesson, and humans would continue to show their strength in ways no one expected. The alien fleet's first encounter with a human ship had ended in disaster for them. They had underestimated humans once, and the cost had been enormous. The human ship sailed onward, ready for the next challenge, leaving the wrecked alien ships behind as a warning in the empty black of space. The human ship moved through the debris of the defeated alien fleet. The stars outside were calm again, but the crew knew this was only the beginning. Captain John Carter stood at the bridge, his eyes scanning sensors that showed small alien vessels trying to regroup at a distance. "They are not gone," First Officer Lisa Moore said. "Some ships are trying to escape. They may warn the rest of the fleet." "Let them go," John replied. "Our goal was to survive and show strength. Chasing them now could be dangerous. We will prepare for their return." Engineer Ben Taylor adjusted the power distribution, sending extra energy to shields and weapons. "Engines are stable. We can handle a sudden attack if they come back quickly." Amy Ross monitored the alien communications they had intercepted. "They are talking among themselves. They don't understand what happened. Their leaders are arguing about how one ship could destroy so many of their vessels." "Good," John said quietly. "Let them be confused. Confusion is weakness." Kate Hill, the navigator, adjusted the ship's course. She guided the vessel through fields of floating metal and broken alien technology. Every move was precise, avoiding debris that could damage the hull. Sparks drifted past the viewing windows as destroyed alien ships burned in the distance. "Captain," Amy said, "some of their smaller ships are trying to flank us from the right side. They are faster than their main fleet." "Prepare interceptors," John said. "We will not let them surprise us." Small human interceptors launched from the main ship. They moved like shadows, fast and silent, intercepting the alien fighters before they could approach. The aliens were shocked. Their tiny ships were destroyed quickly, leaving their crews confused and frightened. "They are too quick," one alien pilot shouted. "We cannot hit them. Keep your positions," the commander ordered, but his voice was shaky. The fleet had lost its cohesion. The humans were not just surviving, they were attacking smartly, using speed, precision, and coordination. On the human ship, the crew worked efficiently. Ben monitored shields and engines, adjusting power whenever a small fluctuation occurred. Lisa tracked alien movements, noting patterns and predicting their attacks. Amy fired weapons with careful timing, hitting weak points on the remaining enemy vessels. Kate guided the ship through debris, keeping distance from the fastest alien ships. John observed it all calmly. He did not rush, did not panic. He had trained for situations like this. He had studied alien tactics for months, predicting exactly how they would respond. He gave orders with precision, never too fast, never too slow. "Focus fire on the lead ship," John said. "Disable it completely. The rest will lose direction." Rail cannons fired again, striking the alien lead ship in multiple locations. Explosions ripped through its hull, breaking it apart. The remaining alien ships wavered, losing formation. Panic spread. Even the officers aboard the enemy vessels argued over what to do. "We are falling apart," one officer shouted. "We cannot continue this fight." "Retreat," another said, but the commander shook his head. "We will not retreat, we will finish them. Humans cannot be allowed to humiliate us." "They are unpredictable," a third officer said. "We cannot anticipate their moves. They are too clever." The alien commander growled, realizing his pride had been a mistake. He had underestimated humans, and now it was costing him dearly. The human ship was not just surviving, it was dominating. "Prepare electronic interference," John said. "We will blind their sensors." Amy activated systems designed to jam alien communications and targeting. Suddenly, alien ships could not see the human vessel clearly. Plasma beams missed, strikes failed, and confusion spread among the enemy. The humans took advantage, maneuvering closer and firing with deadly accuracy. "They cannot hit us," Lisa said, watching enemy beams fly harmlessly past. "Keep pressure on them," John said. "This is when they make mistakes." The alien ships tried to regroup, forming a defensive line again, but their confidence was gone. Smaller ships panicked and collided with debris or other vessels. Explosions erupted in the distance as rail cannons struck again and again. Sparks floated in the void, mixing with smoke from burning alien engines. "They are losing more ships," Amy said. "We are controlling the battle now." John nodded. "Good. Focus on the most dangerous ones. Leave the weaker ships for later. We do not want unnecessary risk." The remaining alien forces tried a final, coordinated strike, sending waves of plasma beams toward the human ship. John anticipated the move. He maneuvered the ship in ways that forced most of the shots to miss. Shields absorbed minor impacts, while rail cannons struck the aliens' critical systems. One by one, their ships were disabled. "We are seeing heavy casualties," an alien officer said, fear in his voice. "We cannot survive this. The humans are too strong." "Then fall back," another whispered. Some ships disengaged and tried to escape, leaving the main fleet behind. "Let them go," John said quietly. "We have made our point. The rest will think twice before attacking humans again." The human crew worked silently, monitoring the retreating aliens. Kate guided the ship through debris fields, avoiding collisions and traps left by panicked enemy ships. Amy kept firing when necessary, ensuring no ship could attack effectively. Ben adjusted engines and shields constantly, maintaining optimal performance. Lisa observed everything, noting alien formations, weaknesses, and movements for future reference. "We did it," Lisa said quietly. "We controlled the battle completely." "Yes," John replied. "But this is only the first engagement. More will come. We must be ready for them when they return." The stars outside were calm again. The alien fleet, battered and humiliated, retreated into the distance. Messages were sent to home worlds, reporting defeat, confusion, and shock. Humans had shown that one ship, with skill, courage, and teamwork, could destroy a fleet that was supposed to be unstoppable. John looked at his crew, proud but calm. Everyone performed perfectly. "We fought smart, not reckless. Remember this for future battles." "Captain," Amy said, "we should record the tactics. This will help if they return or if other enemies appear." "Do it," John replied. "And remember, humans do not need to overwhelm in numbers. We will always find a way to win." The crew worked quietly, making reports, repairing minor damage, and preparing for whatever might come next. They were disciplined, calm, and ready. The galaxy had begun to notice the humans, and word would spread quickly. The alien commander realized the cost of underestimating humans. Pride and arrogance had led to heavy losses, confusion, and fear among his fleet. The humans had fought differently, with precision, strategy, and coordination. They had proven that one ship could stand against a powerful fleet and emerge victorious. Far away, alien governments debated what to do. Some wanted revenge immediately. Others wanted to study the humans carefully before attacking again. The first battle had ended, but the impact was enormous. The galaxy had seen something new. Humans were not weak. Humans were clever, relentless, and dangerous. John watched the stars, thinking ahead. He knew this victory was important, but it was also a warning. Enemies would come again, and humans had to be prepared. He trusted his crew, and together they had proven their skill. "This is only the beginning," he said softly. We have made a statement today, but the fight is far from over. The human ship sailed onward, through the black of space, leaving behind the wreckage of the alien fleet. The stars were calm, but the echoes of the battle would be felt across the galaxy. One ship had defeated a fleet, and the message was clear. Humans fight differently, and they cannot be underestimated. The crew returned to their stations, preparing for future encounters. The battle had tested their skill, courage, and teamwork, and they had passed. John stood quietly on the bridge, knowing that humans had begun to write a new chapter in galactic history. The aliens would remember this day. Pride had met human determination, and it had been shattered. The first battle was over, but the humans had shown the galaxy their true strength. And for the first time, many species began to think twice about underestimating humanity. The stars outside were calm, but the humans knew better. Space was dangerous, enemies were many, and the galaxy had just begun to understand the force that humans represented. The first battle had been won, but the war was only beginning, and humans would face it with courage, skill, and determination that no enemy could ignore. The alien fleet was in disarray. Their ships moved in broken patterns, some damaged, some fleeing, and some still trying to regroup. The commander's face was pale, his pride crushed. He had never imagined that one human ship could cause so much destruction. Every officer on his bridge looked tense and afraid, whispering in fear. The humans were relentless, precise, and deadly, and the aliens had no answers. "We cannot continue like this," one officer said quietly. "Their ship moves too fast. Our weapons cannot track them. Our shields fail under their attacks. We must fight," the commander snapped, but even he knew deep down that their situation was hopeless. The humans had shown a level of skill and coordination that alien fleets rarely encountered. Mistakes had been made, and the consequences were deadly. On the human ship, Captain John Carter stood calmly on the bridge, observing the enemy. He did not celebrate, he did not shout, he only watched. His crew was disciplined, focused, and ready. Every crew member had a role, and each performed it perfectly. Lisa Moore monitored the enemy's movements, calling out changes and predictions. Amy Ross prepared weapons to strike any weak point. Ben Taylor adjusted power to shields and engines, keeping everything running at peak performance. Kate Hill navigated the ship through debris and scattered alien vessels with precise control. "They are trying to form a new line," Lisa said, "but it is weak and scattered. Their smaller ships are panicking." "Good," John said. "We will finish this phase, keep pressure on them. Do not give them a chance to recover." The human ship moved with incredible speed, weaving through space and drawing enemy fire away from its main weapons. The aliens fired blindly, their plasma beams missing constantly, hitting debris or their own ships by accident. Confusion spread rapidly. The commander barked orders, but the fleet was too broken to respond effectively. "Fire," John said. Amy activated the rail cannons, and precise beams tore through alien hulls. Explosions rocked the smaller ships first, then the larger ones. Sparks floated in space, and smoke from burning engines drifted across the battlefield. The aliens had no room to maneuver, no room to plan. Humans controlled the fight completely. "They are unstoppable," an alien officer shouted. "We cannot regroup, we are being destroyed one by one." "Keep firing," John ordered. "Focus on weak points. Disable the lead ships first. The rest will panic." The human ship's weapons struck again and again. Alien ships exploded in brilliant flashes, their hulls ripped apart, engines failing. The remaining alien ships began to scatter in all directions. Some tried to flee, but human interceptors launched from the main ship quickly intercepted and disabled them. The aliens had no chance. The humans were faster, smarter, and more precise than anything they had encountered. "Captain," Amy said, "their main command ship is trying to escape. It is damaged but still operational." "Let it go for now," John replied. "We have done enough. The rest will spread the story of this defeat. Fear will do the rest for us. On the alien command ship, panic had taken full control. Officers argued over strategy, some wanting to fight to the last ship, others wanting to retreat. The commander shouted orders, but the words were chaotic, the signals confused. The humans had disrupted their systems, jamming communications and targeting sensors. The fleet could not respond effectively. "We underestimated them," one officer said quietly. "One ship has destroyed our fleet. We have been humiliated." "We will not retreat," the commander growled, but his voice lacked conviction. He knew the truth. Humans fought differently, with precision, speed, and intelligence. Pride and arrogance had led to disaster. The human ship moved through the battlefield like a shadow. Kate Hill guided it through debris and damaged enemy ships, keeping it safe while maintaining pressure. Amy fired whenever an opportunity appeared, striking with perfect timing. Ben adjusted power constantly, maintaining optimal shield strength while supplying energy to weapons. Lisa monitored enemy movements, calling out every change. John coordinated it all, calm and precise, a conductor leading a deadly symphony. "They cannot survive this," Lisa said. "Their fleet is broken. Their command is in chaos." "Good," John replied. "Do not slow down. This is the moment to finish the first phase. They will remember it." The alien fleet's losses grew rapidly. Ships exploded one by one, engines failing, hulls torn apart. The smaller ships were gone first, leaving the larger vessels exposed. Panic spread like wildfire. Alien officers shouted orders, but the humans had anticipated everything. Electronic jamming and interference made coordination impossible. "We are losing control," one alien officer cried. "We cannot even see their movements. How is one ship doing this?" "They fight differently," another whispered. "They strike with precision. They are fast, smart, and fearless. We cannot match them." The commander's face turned red with anger. He had underestimated humans. Pride had blinded him. Now his fleet was being destroyed before his eyes. He tried to organize a retreat, but it was too late. Human rail cannons fired again, striking remaining lead ships, tearing them apart. Explosions lit the void, burning in red and orange against the darkness of space. "We must retreat," an officer shouted. "Our fleet is lost." "No," the commander said, but even he knew it was true. The humans had won. The remaining alien ships fled in all directions, leaving behind wreckage and debris. The human ship did not pursue aggressively. It let the remaining forces escape, knowing the lesson had been delivered. One ship had shown the galaxy that humans fought differently and could not be underestimated. John turned to his crew. "Well done. We have made our point. They will remember this." "Captain," Lisa said, "their survivors are sending messages back to their home worlds. They are terrified. Our tactics are being recorded." "Good," John replied. "Let them spread the story. Humans do not need to fight everyone at once. Fear and respect will work for us." The human crew worked quietly, repairing minor damage, monitoring remaining threats, and preparing for whatever might come next. Ben kept engines and shields at peak performance. Amy prepared weapons. Lisa tracked enemy movements, and Kate guided the ship safely through floating wreckage. The alien commander finally admitted defeat. His fleet was destroyed, his officers panicked, and his pride shattered. He sent a message to his home world, reporting the devastating loss. Humans had proven that one ship, if led correctly and used strategically, could defeat an entire fleet. The galaxy would hear this story, and all species would think twice before underestimating humans again. John watched the stars quietly. He knew this victory was important, but it was not the end. Humans would face more challenges, more battles, and more enemies. Yet his crew had proven something vital. Discipline, skill, courage, and coordination could overcome enormous odds. "Prepare a report for command," John said. "Record every tactic, every observation. We may face them again, and we must be ready." "Yes, sir," Amy replied. She began logging every move, every strategy used in the battle, noting what worked and what could be improved. "Captain," Kate said, "navigation is clear. We can continue to patrol the system or move to the next sector." "Patrol for now," John said. "We will remain alert. Others may try the same mistake, thinking humans are weak. We will prove them wrong again if necessary." The human ship sailed through space, leaving behind burning alien ships and debris. The stars were calm once more, but the galaxy had witnessed a new power. One ship, with courage, skill, and discipline, had defeated a fleet that was supposed to be unstoppable. The alien survivors returned to their home systems, reporting defeat and fear. Commanders argued about what had gone wrong. Pride had led to disaster, and the lesson was clear. Humans were not just survivors. They were fighters, clever and unpredictable, and they could not be underestimated. John watched his crew as they worked quietly. They had performed perfectly, each member relying on skill, focus, and trust in one another. This first battle had been won, but humans would face more challenges in the future. Still, one truth was clear. The galaxy would remember this day, the day humans taught an alien fleet instant regret. And somewhere across the stars, leaders of other species began to reconsider any plan to attack humanity. They had seen one ship destroy a fleet. They had seen humans fight differently. Fear and respect began to grow where arrogance had once existed. Humans had sent a message the galaxy could not ignore. John stood silently, looking at the stars. He knew this was only the beginning. The battle had been won, but humans would face more enemies, more challenges, and more tests of courage. Still, with skill, strategy, and determination, they would meet every threat. The alien fleet's instant regret had become a story that would travel across systems, a story of human strength, discipline, and intelligence that no one could forget. The human ship sailed onward, calm, prepared, and victorious, leaving behind wreckage, fear, and the first lesson to the galaxy. Never underestimate humans. The human ship sailed through the quiet stars, leaving behind the wreckage of the alien fleet. The damage was enormous, but the crew had survived without serious harm. Captain John Carter watched the sensors carefully, knowing that more challenges could come at any time. Even though the immediate threat was gone, the galaxy had been changed forever by the first battle. "Captain," Lisa Moore said, "the survivors of the fleet are sending messages to their home systems. Fear is spreading fast. Other alien leaders are discussing what happened." "Good," John said quietly. "Let them talk. We have done what we needed. Humans do not start wars, but we finish them if necessary." Amy Ross monitored the weapons systems, making sure the ship was ready in case any alien ships returned. "Our weapons are all operational. Shields are strong. Engines are ready for quick jumps." "Excellent," John said. "We may need speed again soon. Stay alert." Ben Taylor walked past, checking the engines and consoles. "Everything is running smoothly. Damage is minor, mostly scratches and some heat marks from plasma hits. The ship is ready." Kate Hill guided the vessel carefully through the debris fields, ensuring nothing damaged the hull. Even small fragments from destroyed alien ships could cause serious trouble if hit at high speed. She moved steadily, precise and calm. "Good work, Kate," John said. "The ship is safe thanks to your skill." The crew continued quietly with their duties, disciplined and calm. No one celebrated loudly because this was just the first battle. Victory had been achieved, but more challenges awaited humans in the galaxy. Still, the morale was high, knowing that one human ship had faced a fleet and won. "Captain," Lisa said, "other human fleets are sending congratulations and data requests. They want to understand what happened here. This is becoming a turning point in human history." John nodded. "Record everything. The tactics, the timing, every maneuver. Humans will need this knowledge for the future. Every officer should study this battle." Amy looked at the sensors. "Captured data shows their remaining fleet is in retreat. They are heavily damaged and disorganized. It will take weeks for them to rebuild. That gives us time, John said, but we cannot be complacent. Other enemies will take notes from this encounter. Humans must be ready for anything. Far away, the alien fleet commanders reported the disaster to their governments. The messages were filled with fear, confusion, and anger. Pride had been destroyed, and they had learned that humans did not fight like other species. Even a single ship could destroy an entire fleet if led with skill and discipline. "We underestimated them," one alien officer said. "We thought humans were weak, predictable, and easy to defeat. We were wrong. This mistake cost us dearly." "Never again," another officer said. "We must study them, learn their tactics, and prepare. We cannot allow this to happen again." On the human ship, John kept the crew focused. "Rest for now," he said. "Repair what is damaged, record what you learned, and remain alert. The galaxy has noticed us, and humans must be ready." Ben began repairs, fixing minor systems damaged in the battle. Sparks flew as consoles and panels were replaced or reinforced. Every repair was careful, every adjustment precise. "All systems are stable," Ben said after a while. "We are ready for anything else." "Good," John said. "We are prepared. That is the most important thing." Amy continued to analyze captured alien communications and movement data. Their main command ships are damaged. Their coordination is broken. We have a window of opportunity. Other alien species will hear about this. They may think twice before attacking humans. "Exactly," John said. "Our reputation is growing. Humans fight differently, and that must be known. It is our advantage." Lisa checked the sensors again. "We have debris fields and escaped smaller ships. They pose no threat now, but we should monitor them. Some may try minor attacks or send messages back to warn others." "Keep tracking," John said. "We will not be caught off guard. The galaxy is learning a lesson today." Kate guided the ship to a safe area away from the debris. The stars were calm again, but the aftermath of the battle left reminders everywhere. Wrecked alien ships, floating debris, and trails of smoke in space. It was a warning to anyone who might underestimate humans in the future. "Captain," Amy said, "we should send a message. A simple one. Let the galaxy know humans do not start fights, but we finish them." John nodded. He typed a short message to nearby systems, careful with the wording. It was clear, strong, and calm. Humans will defend themselves. Any attack will be met with complete resolve. The message would travel, spreading fear and respect. "They will understand," John said. "They will think twice before any attempt at aggression." Far away, alien systems received the message. Fear mixed with anger, but the lesson was clear. Humans had fought differently, and the galaxy would never forget it. The first battle had changed everything. Commanders studied every detail, learning that humans did not rely on numbers, but on skill, precision, and determination. "We underestimated them," an alien officer said again. "We cannot make that mistake again. Humans are dangerous. They fight like no other species." On the human ship, the crew continued their work. Repairs were complete, weapons ready, and sensors monitoring nearby space. Discipline and focus remained high. The victory had been achieved, but humans knew more challenges would come. They had proven something vital. Skill, courage, and teamwork could overcome overwhelming odds. "Captain," Lisa said, "other human fleets are requesting our report. They want to learn from this first encounter." "Provide it," John said. "They must understand the tactics, the timing, and the approach. Humans must always be ready, and every officer must know how to respond to similar threats." Amy continued to analyze alien communications and movements. "They are confused and terrified. This first battle will spread across the galaxy. Others will reconsider attacking humans." "That is good," John said. "Fear and respect will do more than weapons alone. Humans fight smart, and the galaxy must know it." Ben finished final checks on engines and shields. Everything is operational. The ship is ready for immediate action. Excellent, John said. We will continue patrols but stay alert. The galaxy is watching and humans must remain prepared. Kate navigated the ship through clear space. No debris nearby. Course is safe for patrol. Good work, John said. Every crew member has done their duty. Today, humans have shown what we can do. One ship can change the galaxy's perception of us. Far away, alien fleets studied every report, every piece of data. The first battle had taught them a harsh lesson. Humans were clever, precise, and relentless. They fought differently than any other species, and this difference had led to a total victory for a single ship. Pride and arrogance had been shattered and fear spread among alien systems. We cannot underestimate them, an officer said. Never again. One human ship destroyed our fleet. The lesson is clear. On the human ship, John walked quietly among the crew. He observed them as they worked, proud but calm. No celebration, no arrogance, just discipline and focus. Humans had won the first battle, and the galaxy had learned to respect them. Prepare for the next mission, John said. We have made our point, but humans will face more challenges. Be ready always. Yes, sir, Lisa replied. We will remain vigilant. We are ready, Amy said. This victory shows what humans can do. Exactly, John said, and we will show it again if needed. Humans fight smart, humans fight disciplined, and humans never back down. The stars were calm around the ship, but the galaxy had changed. Word of the human ship's victory would spread, shaping fear and respect among alien species. The first battle was over, but its effects would last for generations. Humans had proven that one ship, with skill, courage, and teamwork, could defeat a fleet, and that no enemy should ever underestimate humanity. The human ship sailed onward, ready for the next challenge, leaving behind the remains of the alien fleet and a galaxy that had learned a lesson it would never forget. Humans had fought, humans had won, and the story of their victory would echo across the stars for years to come. One battle had been fought, one lesson learned, but the crew of the human ship knew more battles would come. Still, they had shown that humans were clever, fearless, and unstoppable when needed. The galaxy would remember, and enemies would think twice before challenging humanity again. Captain John Carter stood at the bridge, looking out at the stars. He did not celebrate, but he felt pride in his crew. They had faced overwhelming odds and proven that humans could fight differently, fight smart, and fight to win. The first battle had been a success, and the galaxy would never forget it. Humans had made their mark, and the warning was clear. Underestimate humanity at your own risk.